Yo, what's up, everybody? This your boy 24/7 Vision. You can catch me every week going on TikTok. I'm gonna get this YouTube thing going, bro, and also on Twitch. There's been this little glazing going on TikTok about opening the vote for LeBron James, and a lot of casuals are acting like they never seen LeBron James play. They saying, "Oh, it's so much footage that never been seen." The footage that they're seeing, and they're over glorifying LeBron and calling him a GOAT based on the footage they're seeing. But my question is, bro, like, why is basketball the only sport when we call somebody a GOAT with a negative championship record? Like, why is that, folks? This man, LeBron James, has a negative championship record first. They don't call nobody in football, soccer, hockey, baseball, no other sport, boxing, when somebody can have a negative championship record and be considered the GOAT. Only LeBron James, because he has a very big fan base and the propaganda are pushing LeBron to be the GOAT. We all know the strategy. We all know the drill. But when we look at a guy like Michael Jordan, I think this is very disrespectful to compare LeBron James to Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan clears LeBron James, and it's not close. Michael Jordan has done more in his NBA career than LeBron did in less time with less help, right? Let's look at all the help LeBron James had. Think about the Hall of Famers like Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, Anthony Davis, Ray John Rondo, Luka Doncic. You know, the list goes on. Ray Allen. I mean, come on, bro. The man played with 12 of the top 53 point shooters of all time. But the casual don't understand that because, like I said, they don't have the information about LeBron James' career. A lot of these guys are young bucks. And I'm not even that old myself, but I am willing to go back and do the research on Michael Jordan and LeBron James. This is something that the casual don't get. They don't do this kind of research. They are on the computers, on their cell phones, on their iPads every day, all day, every day, right? But they're not willing to do the research. All they're doing is going to different highlights on YouTube and they just pick and choose who they call the GOAT. That's all it is, bro. These guys never seen the whole game of Michael Jordan play. They never seen the finals. So, for instance, I would ask a LeBron fan on TikTok, right? I would ask the LeBron fan, what playoff series that Michael Jordan had as bad as LeBron James had in 2007 and 2011? They're going to say 1996. Some of them are. Some of them will be honest with you and say, no, Jordan never played that bad. But then you got the casuals that would say, oh, 1996. Well, 1996, Jordan was still the best player on the court. You see what I'm saying? Jordan was also the leading scorer on the court, the best player on the court, and playing unbelievable defense. And that's something that Brian fans don't understand about Michael Jordan's career. What they go back and look at and be like, oh my God, Jordan only averaged 27 points. He had to be choking. Brother, 27 points is still better than a lot of averages LeBron James had. Like, Jordan averaging 27 is better than LeBron James in 2013. LeBron averaged 25 in 2013. Jordan averaged 27 in 1996, but nobody want to talk about it, right? Game one, Jordan had 28 points. Game two, Jordan had 29 points. Game three, Jordan with 36 points. Game four, Jordan with 23 points. Game five, Jordan with 26 points. Game six, Jordan with 22 points. And they always talk about Sean Kemp like Sean Kemp was better than Jordan. But Jordan outscored Sean Kemp. He was a better defender than Sean Kemp. Bro, he was an overall better player than Sean Kemp. You know, they all LeBron fans want to go back to the efficiency, right? The field goal percentage. But if you're a power forward, don't you supposed to have a better field goal percentage than a guy that shoots mostly jump shots? That's what Sean Kemp had. He had easy backs against the rim. And I think that's very disingenuous conversation when you try to look at field goal percentage. Because when I mention 3-point percentage and free throw percentage, they don't want to hear that, right? So again, let's talk about the playoff series Jordan had in 1991. The narrative is out there that Jordan did not guard Scottie Pippen. I mean, Jordan did not guard Magic. That's false. Scottie Pippen guarded Magic for like a few quarters, right? Jordan, if you actually watch the series, Brown fans, Jordan guarded Magic majority of that series. He was easily the best defender. He was easily the best scorer and the best playmaker. He was a better playmaker than Magic Johnson. He generated more points to his team than Magic Johnson did, which is unbelievable because there's not many NBA finals that Magic Johnson is not going to be the number one playmaker. But Michael Jordan did it, right? Michael Jordan was there to save the day. And then let's go to 1992 when Clyde Drexler was having the scoring peak of his career, had a second MVP, one of the best seasons of his NBA career, and they was comparing him to Jordan, and Jordan shut him down. Clyde Drexler dropped by points per game, and he dropped by field goal percentage. Right? Michael Jordan playing great lights out defense. Let's go to 1993. People don't understand that the Bulls, the Chicago Bulls, and the Phoenix Suns had the same amount of points, right? If Jordan didn't score, let's say Jordan scored 40 points instead of 41, they would lose the series because they needed every ounce of Jordan 41 points per game to win this series because the Phoenix Suns had the number one offense in the world, and they was lights out. They had a number one offense and the top 10 defense. Charles Barkley was at the peak of his powers, MVP year. Kevin Johnson was nice. This man was averaging 20 and 10 for like 4 seasons in a row. You had Dan Marley, who was top 5 in defensive player of the year. You had Tom Chambers coming off the bench. You had Richard Dumas, who was a rookie that was one of the best rookies in the NBA. You had a lot of guys on that team. See what I'm saying? But the Bron fans won't tell you this information. Nick Wright won't tell you this. Shannon Sharp won't tell you this. This is sad that we sit here and glaze LeBron James, who doesn't deserve this, bro. This man is the most overrated player of all time. How can you be the GOAT when you got the most championship losses by MVP player of all time? How can you be the GOAT when you got the most turnovers all time? How can you be the GOAT when you got the most missed shots of all time? How can you be the GOAT when you get outplayed by several players in the playoff series? When you get outplayed by Tony Parker in the '07 finals, Dirk Nowitzki in 2011 finals, Kevin Durant in 2017 NBA finals. There are 3 different NBA finals when you got outplayed, brother. You wasn't the best player on the court, right? Now, I understand 2018. I don't really get on him for 2018, but all these other finals, like 2014, you're blown out by the largest margin in NBA history. Kawhi Leonard is rising from the regular season by 10 points to the finals, and you can't guard him, and he's locking you up when it mattered most, and you getting all the garbage time stats, bro. Y'all, Bron fans, only look at what the stat sheets say. Y'all don't watch the series. Y'all don't watch the games. If you go back and watch the games, LeBron James got a lot of garbage time stats in 2014. That's a fact. Okay. Now let's talk about how this man, LeBron James, literally lost in the first round 3 times with a top 75 player, AD. And then we already know Luka will probably make the top 75 one day soon because he's a great player. So he just lost in the first round again this season. That is the 3rd time he has done it. So him and Jordan are tied for losing in the first round. But Bron fans don't want to talk about that, do we? We already know that Jordan clears LeBron. Jordan's a better scorer. Jordan's a better rebounder. Jordan's a better decision maker. Jordan's more dominant. That's what he is. He wins more. He's a better leader. You know what I'm saying? He got more rings, more finals MVPs, more MVPs, more all defensive teams, more scoring champs, more steals champs, average more points per game, average more steals per game, average more blocks per game, average less turnovers, beat more 50 and 60 win teams. All these are facts, Jack. All these are facts. But the Bron fans don't want to hear that. But I just want to do a little intro for everybody, y'all. This is just an intro. So shout out to everybody that was listening today. And there's going to be more audios and videos to come of me exposing LeBron James. So thank y'all so much.